Graphing equations in slope-intercept form. So today we're going to look at the new formula, slope-intercept, y equals mx plus b, where m stands for the slope and b is the y-intercept. So in our first example, we're going to write an equation and then graph it. So we notice from our problem that slope is equal to 1/4. So when we write our equation, slope goes in front of the x. So we're going to put a 1/4 in front of the x. Now, the y-intercept, which says is -1, will go at the end of the problem. So after the x, we'll have a -1. So we put the slope number in front of the x and the y-intercept after the x. Now when we go to graph it, we're going to start first at the -1. So we're going to take the -1 and we're going to come over here and we're going to put a dot at -1. Then we're going to use the slope. So plot this first. Then we're going to use the slope and do rise over run. So 1 means go up 1, and 4 means go right 4. So from our point, -1, we're going to go up 1 and then over 4. It's there. We'll put our second dot, and then we will draw a line through these 2 points. So again, start at the y-intercept and then use the slope to go up and right, or if it was negative, to go down and then right. Now let's take a look at another one. So the first thing we're going to do is write our equation. One of the numbers goes in front of x, one of the numbers goes behind the x. The -1/2 is the slope, so it goes in front of the x. The y-intercept is 3, so it will go after the x. So now to start our graph, we're going to go to 3 on the y-axis. You always start on the y-axis. And then we'll go down this time because it's negative, and then right 2. So from our point 3, we go down 1 and right 2. We'll put a dot. And if you have space, you can do this again. You could actually go down one more time and over 2. If you have 3 points, it's much easier to line up your ruler when you're drawing a line. So again, start at the 3. Plot it first, and then do rise over run from that point. Now, in this one, you'll notice that it's not in slope-intercept form yet. So our job will be to change it into slope-intercept form so that we can graph it. First up, this 3x needs to be moved to the other side. Now, when you move a term from one side to the other, you're going to have to change its sign. So currently, it's +3 when it's on the left, but when it moves to the right, it will become -3. And then we have one more step to get rid of the -4 that's in front of the y, so we're going to have to divide. Now, 4 does not go into 3. It gives you a decimal, so we're going to leave it as a fraction. However, the 2 negatives on top and the bottom are going to cancel out and make the fraction positive. So we're going to have +3 over 4x, and then we're going to divide the 12 and the -4. So 12 divided by -4 is -3. So this gives us our starting point of -3. And then we'll do up 3 and over 4. So from the point, -3, up 3, and right 4. Put a dot there, and then connect them with a line. So remember, start with the -3. Plot it first. Then take your slope, which is 3 over 4, and go up 3 and right 4. Let's look at one more. So if you'd like to try this one, you should pause now. So to make it y equals, we're first going to move the -2x to the other side. When I move it to the other side, it will become positive 2x. I'm going to bring down my 5y and my 10. The next step will be to get rid of the 5 in front of the y. So I will divide all of the terms by 5. I get 2 over 5x, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. So I'm going to start at my 2. Remember, plot first the 2. And then rise over run. 2 over 5 means go up 2 over 5. Put a dot there, and now draw a line. And this is how you graph in slope-intercept form. Now, the last slide is a sample test question. So take a moment to figure out which equation is the graph. Okay, so -1, +1 is the y-intercept. This is where we would have plotted first. So that means B is wrong, and so is D. That leaves us 2 remaining choices. Now we look at slope. Is this -3 over 1 or -1 over 3? If I went down 3 over 1, it puts me there. So that's down 3 over 1. That's not going to be the slope for A. Instead, I'm going to go down 1 and over 3. Down 1 and over 3. This is the slope for C. So it's not necessary that you know which one is the correct one, but if you can rule out all of the incorrect answers, then you can find the right one. And here's one final one. So I hope you noticed this started at -1. So immediately I'm going to rule out G and J. Now I'm going to take a look at the slope. The first one is 1 over 4. So I'm going to go up 1 and over 4. That's up 1 and over 4. That is the slope for F, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that one. H would have been 4 over 1, and I do not need to go up 4 places and over 1. That's why H is not the correct answer. And that's the end of graphing in slope-intercept form.